Yo, what's going on, guys? So, heading back home now, coming back from work, and I want to make a quick video for you guys on my least favorites to my favorite motorcycle, comparing the motorcycles that I've had, and that's a total of 6 motorcycles, starting with the Yamaha. So basically, in order on how I bought them, I've had a Yamaha R3, I've had a Yamaha Boat, I had a Yamaha MT07 and MT09, and now this motorcycle here, the BMW F800gs. So my start with number 1 or number 6, my least favorite motorcycle, it would be the Yamaha R3. Not hating on people that own Yamaha R3, just because the reason that I put it less is because I bought the motorcycle as a new rider, and I live in a very windy area, as you guys can probably tell from the noise, and it didn't feel safe for me, so I probably put maybe like 200-300 miles on that motorcycle, and I gave up on riding for a couple of years because it felt scary for me. It was not a good motorcycle for me to begin. So Yamaha R3, usually I don't even include on the list of motorcycles that I own because I didn't really ride it. But yep, there it is. So second one on my list, and I think this one is gonna surprise a lot of people. So I think this one is gonna surprise a lot of people, and that's gonna be the Indian Scout. Honestly, like on my worst motorcycles. And I'll tell you guys why. It's not because it was a bad motorcycle to ride. It was actually very smooth, it was somewhat comfortable. I mean, there were things that I would have done to make it more comfortable. But the suspension was not the worst suspension. It would throw me up off the seat every now and then. So it needed some adjustments and some changes. But I've had issues with that motorcycle that no one should have on a brand new, like almost $20,000 motorcycle. Okay, so that's why that motorcycle goes to one of my least favorite motorcycles. And it's a bummer because when I bought that motorcycle, I was actually very excited to own it. You know, it was my first brand new motorcycle, and I wish it would have gone different. I wish it could be higher on my list. But because of the issues that I've had, it is way down there. So if you guys haven't seen the review, make sure to look it up on the channel, and you get more information on that. So number 4, that's gonna be another surprise, I believe, for most of you guys. It's gonna be the MT07, which is one of the favorite motorcycles for a lot of people. So, and it's not that it was a bad motorcycle. The power delivery on that bike was just way too jerky for me. I use the motorcycles more as a tool, not as a fun toy. I use them to commute to work and to go on longer rides with friends every now and then on weekends. So the MT07, it was very easy to maneuver on traffic, but it was very lightweight. So on the freeway, it would also, whenever it was windy, it didn't feel very stable. If it was not windy, it was totally fine, but whenever you had any bit of wind, it didn't feel very stable. So it was not great for long weekend rides. And the power delivery was a bit too jerky for me for in-town riding. So whenever I like doing traffic like this, The throttle was too jerky. It was not like this motorcycle here. I let go of the throttle and it's smooth. I accelerate and it's smooth. You know, I prefer something like this for me to commute and ride daily. I know a lot of people prefer something like the MT07 because they like to ride the motorcycle as like a fun toy, trying to like pop wheelies everywhere. I don't know how to do wheelies. Okay, so that's why the MT07 is there. Another one, well, the third one now that's on getting close to the top of the list is gonna be the Yamaha Bolt, and I feel like that might surprise a lot of people, but that bike, it was uncomfortable. The suspension was not comfortable at all. The seat was not comfortable. But the power delivery was smooth. It was an easy motorcycle to ride. It was very planted, so the wind didn't affect it as much. And I put it above the MT07 for my needs, at least for like one of my favorite motorcycles. I would say it was, when it comes to my needs, it was better than the MT07. I mean, if I were to keep that motorcycle, I would have to make some serious changes, like upgrade the suspension, more comfortable seat, and all of that good stuff. That airbox needed to go because it kept hitting my knees. But overall, it was a good motorcycle. You know, not something that I would say it was a bad motorcycle. I don't think I would buy it again, but it was decent, you know. It was a good motorcycle. I'm used to more power now, so I feel like that bike wouldn't have enough power for me now. So number 2, that's gonna be a tough decision, and that's between this motorcycle and the MT09. MT09 was my dream bike for a very long time, and I love that bike. The engine on that bike is amazing, but this bike here doesn't really stay behind. Okay, so the engine on that bike is just awesome. So in terms of fun, I would say the MT09 takes first place. The engine is just perfect on that motorcycle. It has the perfect amount of power. It is a motorcycle that's not super nimble, but it is nimble enough to be fun. And but it didn't serve the purpose that I need, which is a nice, comfortable commuter motorcycle that I can use to ride on long weekends. And this motorcycle here does it better. Okay, so MT09 in overall my needs, MT09 takes second place. This motorcycle takes first. This motorcycle, I basically didn't have to do any changes for it to be perfect. It came with a top box, which I use basically daily to carry items. I can take it on long weekend rides, and it is comfortable. I rode it with a wife, and it was comfortable. It had plenty of power. She liked the motorcycle. The power delivery, very smooth, which again, one of my favorite things about this motorcycle. I can, you know, commute to work and not have jerky throttle. And when I want to go, the bike goes. You know, it's not like it doesn't lack any power. It has plenty of power. So as you guys can see, as a commuter motorcycle, it is perfect. If I want to take it on a long weekend ride, very comfortable. I could ride on this all day and not have any pain. On the MT09, I had knee pain, and that was not fun. Okay, so I really like that motorcycle. And sometimes I think I would want to buy a second one just to keep it in the garage and ride every now and then. But when it comes to when it comes to like comfort, there's no comparison. Okay, I wouldn't have knee pain on that on the MT09 after 40 minutes. On this motorcycle here, zero pain. I can ride this all day. And yep, that's basically the end of my list. It was just a quick list. This motorcycle here takes first place. My favorite motorcycle so far. Not because I own it now, but because it is pretty much perfect for my needs. The only thing that I wish it had, I would say maybe a little bit more power like the MT09, but not that it doesn't have enough, but a little bit more would be nice. But let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. It helps the channel grow, and I appreciate it. Appreciate a like, a comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.